Hi, I'm Daz. I'm the producer of The Drift, you probably know that now, and just thought I'd let you know what the latest is, and also to speak to those of you who are coming on the next set building weekend, which is a really big thing for us, because we've got lots and lots to do. For many of you, it'll be the first time you've been on our set as well, so it should be good for everyone. You can see one of the corridors behind me, and one of the things that we're going to be doing at the set building weekend is to basically fill that up with tubes. We have some tubes. I've got quite a lot of tubes. This is sort of the stuff that we're talking about. This is it. So lots of sort of 3 sort of tubes here, and then the plan will be to stick these somehow on, well, either on the ceiling up here, on here, or down here. And in order for us to do that, what we need to make, or one of the many things that we're going to be making, is this sort of thing here. That's rather huge. In fact, we need approximately 46 of these. Pretty big bits of cardboard, but we've got some of the bits here sort of already. I'll show you the piece. Is it here? We've actually got 2 of these. That's why I'm going to get the other one. This one as well. This is the lower piece that we're going to make, and the idea is we'll cut these out, fold them in half like that, and then that bit bends down there like this, and then that will go on here, it'll go on the floor, and then the 3 tubes go inside. Now, we've got some cardboard, but we need more. So if any of you have got some cardboard or cardboard boxes that we can grab hold of, that would be really, really cool. The dimensions, it needs to be 53 centimetres across, 53 centimetres across, and 87 up there to fit this piece of cardboard. If you haven't, then don't worry, but if you have, that's great. So nice big boxes. Doesn't matter if it's got stuff written on them, that's not a problem. If they're really damaged, then it's not really worth it, but certainly anything like this would be really, really cool. Or just go down to Sainsbury's or Tesco's or somewhere and pick up some boxes and cut out just a sort of rough shape, as in that dimension, which is 87 by 53, then that'd be really, really good. Also, if you've got any tools, drills, saws, that kind of stuff, bring those too. Make sure you mark them up. We would just get a bit of black, white masking tape and just put your initials on it or something. It's not because anyone nicks it, it's just that stuff gets mixed up. And it's much quicker if you've just got your initials on it. It's just easier to find your stuff. Also worth bringing a box to put your stuff in. If you do bring it, like one of these sort of boxes, or just a cardboard box like this. You know, it's the cardboard box with your name on it. Just again, put your tools in or whatever, your sandwiches and that sort of stuff. You know, that's good too. Yeah, should be good. Should be good. So, what's been happening today? Right. Well, we've been preparing, obviously, for everybody coming next week, which should be going to be really good. But we've been looking at how many of these tubes we're going to need, how much of the cardboard units we need to make, and already we're having to sort of reduce the number of things that we want it to have. Now that's fine, because one of the things as a backyard producer is always try and sort of remember where you're at and where you're coming from. You know, this isn't going to be the next Hollywood blockbuster. We don't have a budget that's sky high. We have a very, very, very tiny budget. I mean, even these industries say, oh, but these micro budget films which cost, you know, as little as £100,000. Yeah, okay, well, you could make like 35 of our movies for that, so you do the math. This is really, really tiny budget. So we have to be sort of realistic in where we are. That doesn't mean we don't do our best. Of course we do, absolutely do our best. But, you know, do we have a pylon every 2 feet, or do we have a pylon every 4 feet and half the workload? It's stuff like that. And today has been a bit of a reality check for us in terms of what can we do. And still achieve that effect. And that's what we're doing today. And that's something that as a backyard producer you shouldn't get too disappointed with. It's a part of the process that you have a super duper plan, and then sort of reality comes in a bit, and it's important to sort of maintain your satisfaction. I'm entirely happy with this, having made lots of these sorts of films at a very low budget before. This is exactly what I expect to happen. So don't be afraid to have the biggest dreams in the world, so long as you're still happy with what you're going to get at the end, and remember where you are and who you are, and in terms of that capability. If you wanted to go and film, on location, that's one thing. But we're building an entire environment out of cardboard and carpet rolls and MDF. You have to be realistic. Having said all that, we're also, the guys up today, Scott and Phil, have come up with some cracking ideas of how to use less material and still achieve a really good effect. And that's the good thing about this sort of process of coming down from that aspiration and then creating something that's very clever and can still create the illusion that you're after, because it's an effect you're trying to get. We want a ship, these corridors as part of a ship. We want them to look old and dilapidated. We want it to look like a spaceship, not just like a corridor. So what do we need to do that? And these guys today have been thinking about how we can do that with even less material. So that's really good. Really, really pleased about that. So this isn't a bad thing. This is part of the backyard experience. So the next thing now is to sort of tidy up a little bit and let everyone come over next weekend and see what happens. The next big thing now is that. I would like to have a lot more tubes up by then, possibly some other bits of corridor, some other little plans we've got. I don't know whether they're going to happen yet, so we'll see. I'll talk about that next time. But yeah, there we go. Right, I'm off to go and get a cup of tea in the galley.